beautiful day, opening day for Major League Baseball, and both Chicago teams got it in today. The Cubs were at home versus the Milwaukee Brewers, while the White Sox hit the road to face the reigning champions, Pac-Man, the Houston Astros, and both squads got W's today. Hey, it feels good, man.
It does. Hey, I got to give it to the Astros. They still won today. They had Megan the Stallion throughout the first pitch. Hey, you wouldn't expect nothing like that from baseball, but Megan the Stallion throughout the first pitch for the Astros, yo.
I'm not even mad at that situation right there. I'm sure a lot of gentlemen weren't upset with that. But yeah, man, good games. We're gonna start with the first game of the day between the Chicago Cubs and the Milwaukee Brewers. Now that's a division rivalry game right there already to start off the season. And I know it's way too early for that type of stuff to really matter, but you know, you when you're playing against somebody that you got to play so many times in the season, it feels good to get that victory, even if it's on day one.
Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna take this win with a grain of salt. I'm not gonna jump out my seat and be like happy. I always say win every game if you can. Take the series, set the tone, whatever you want to say. But hey, they did this last year. They beat up on Kermit Burns, like when they first saw him, like last year, and then after that, they just could not hit him no more. They He went and just ran rush out through the Cubs throughout the year. So I'm happy they took this W today. But they look good actually. Let me take it back. They look really good.
Yes, Stroman was out there just care of business, man. He controlled the game, 8 strikeouts. I think he only had 3 walks. What do you think about Stroman today?
Hey, Stroman went out there and he pitched like the Stroman 2016 to 2019. You know what you go out there, you put in that work. He kept the ball on the ground, let his fielders have his back, and 8 strikeouts. Come on, he was looking like an ace out there. But I'm gonna get to the strikeouts a little bit later in this conversation because it's gonna bring it up in the Sox games too. But it's purpose like a lot of these strikeouts happening though.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
Strowman, he looked really good out there. He kept the hit us off balance. Their sinker was working. He was catching corners. These hitters, the Brewer hitters didn't know what to do with him today.
Yeah, I think it was only 2 hits for the whole game for the Brewers, with Adams and Contreras getting the only hits for the Brewers today. Everybody else went over, and then you had a couple of people come in late, and I think when one Anderson went 1 for 2, and Terrain went 1 for 3. But that's a strong pitching output from the Cubs today. The bullpen came in and held it down too.
Yeah. I've still got a little concern for Keegan Thompson, man. His fastball wasn't there like we used to. We used to him pumping out 96, 97. He was working at like a right around like 91, 92. But it was getting the job done. He looked like he focused a little bit more on the secondaries with the cutter and the changeup. I didn't see him throw a slider too often, but he got the job done in his appearance. So good job for the bullpen. They did what they needed to do. We saw Boxberger, who came in and had a little trouble. He did go into like a couple of hitters deep in counts. Had a 8 pitch account, 8 pitch at bat with one of the hitters. I think it was Bryce Terrain. He had that 8 pitch at bat.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yep.
that's your setup, man. You don't want to see stuff like that. You want to see quick outs. You want to at least see some strikeouts and some punch outs. You don't want to see them, on top of his pitches. You don't want to see him they making contacts or fouling off his best stuff. So, but hey, we'll work that out as the season go along.
And you got strong output put too from your 1, 2, and 3 hitters from the Cubs today. I believe they went 5 for 10 combined, with Swanson going a strong 3 for 4, and Ian Happ going 1 for 2 as well. That's strong from your 1, 2, and 3 in the lineup.
Of course it is. Them the table setters. That set the tones for the game. You want Horner's not the typical leadoff man. Uh, Although he make a lot of contact, but you want to have that good combination of contact and also the mixing in of the taking pitches, taking their walks, and getting on bases more often. But he did his thing. But let's praise Swanson right now. He came in and started his Cub career the right way. He put some tough pitches in play. It wasn't like no fluky hits, a mistake. He was taking pitches off the outside corner, driving it to the other side of the field. He was going along with the pitches. He was getting a barrel on a ball on a lot of tough pitches, and getting three for four and driving in a run. Man, that's a job well done. That's showing right there that's money well spent if he can consistently do that.
Oh, absolutely. If he's going 3 for 4 every day, I mean,
Oh,
he's a
that's
it's a
God tier.
steal.
That's God tier right there. But I'm just
Oh,
saying, like, the approach that he had, like you talking about taking the pitches on the corner and you driving them the opposite way, putting it in play where the field does not, or getting pitches you getting in your wheelhouse and you driving them and stuff like that. So
yeah.
no,
Now we got the Cubs with an off day tomorrow, but they pick things back up on Sunday, correct?
yeah,
Versus these guys. So then we got the White Sox. We're gonna travel down to the south side, but even though we're going further south, because they have to go to Houston to
yeah.
take on the defending Major League Baseball champions and their former captain Jose Abreu. And Houston was riding a 10-game opening day winning streak, the longest in MLB history. Pac-Man, what did you expect coming in today from the White Sox?
Everything has to come to the end for the Astros. I when I was coming in, I knew this was going to be an uphill battle for the White Sox. One, not necessarily from the pitching aspect. You have your best pitcher on the hill, but
Yeah,
also,
Dylan Cease came the ball for sure.
oh, he can't play. But you in enemy territory. White Sox wasn't a really great road team last year. So using on how that's gonna play, how they gonna play, and they was the only nationally televised team that played today. I was calling it Thursday Night Lights. So it's like they was on their presser, only nationally televised team because of the Astros winning getting their rings. And to me, I'm kind of a mixed bag with the White Sox today. I'll take the win at the end of the day. We can go back to the win ugly, whatever you want to do, but it's a lot of things while I was dissecting the game. I'm not like a hater of the Sox or anything like that. I only troll the people that want to troll me about the Cubs. But I sit down and I really watch these games, and I want them to succeed because Chicago baseball win if both teams are winning.
So you had a strong output from a strong outing from Dylan Cease with 6 in the third innings pitch, as well as he only gave up 2 hits, and that earned run is I think that was kind of bummer through a bogus pitch, in the dirt. You never trust a guy named Bummer.
Right. Well, he redeemed himself on the 2 strikeouts, and he
Yeah.
didn't let those runs in. But the biggest thing of the story. The biggest story of the game was Cease, who led the league in walks, did not walk anybody.
And he picked up right where he left off last season with 10 strikeouts
Yeah,
tonight. So man, he taking care of business. Now offensively, the White Sox, they looked strong as well with their 1, 2, and 3 hitters. They went a combined 5 for 12, with Tim Anderson and Luis Robert with 2 hits apiece, and then Vaughn with a strong 1 hit, 2 RBI double, to basically put the White Sox ahead for good late in the game.
yeah. I want to kind of beg to differ on a strong approach for the 1, 2, 3 hitters. I did not enjoy Vaughn this game. He got the double that's on a hanging curveball as you should, but he looked lost most of the game up there. So I got my reservations about Vaughn in that third spot, but who I was impressed with was Lewis Roberts. He's seen probably about 20, 24 pitches in total in his at bats. His approach was top notch. Even when he struck out, I wasn't even mad at the strikeout with the runners in scoring position. I wasn't even mad at that. Usually I get pissed at not driving in runs. I wasn't even mad because he put up a 7 pitch at bat and struck out. He came in the game with an approach where, as he was known to, swing at the first pitch and be aggressive on all balls. Now you looking for your pitch, you hunting your pitch. That's growth right there, and that's showing that he's going to be a better hitter this season than he has the past 3.
Now everybody got a hit today except one person, Eloy
Yeah.
Jimenez. My man went 0 for 5. Now that right there is not a good look. The White Sox are expecting a lot more from Eloy Jimenez to at least draw some walks or something. Like you can't go 0 for 5, my guy.
Oh man, 0 for 5 with 2 Ks. He looked uncomfortable at the plate. And that's the one thing I want to really talk about and dive in. And this is something that kind of will correct itself over this as the season go on. A lot of the batters will get their timing back because of the pace of play. They will adjust to it, but we're going to see a lot of strikeouts the first half of baseball, and it's going to be like lopsided games. You're going to see like today we seen two games where both teams scored a combined 20 runs. And then also we seen games where a guy went 4 innings and struck out 12 batters. So you look at aspects of this is the pace of play. If it's looking if your off-speed pitches is hitting these spots, fooling the hitters, you're gonna get them out striking out. And I think that's gonna be something to watch the first few weeks of the season to see if the timing can be adjusted. Because like
Well,
one at bat with Kyle Tucker, where he struck out. He got two fastballs right down the middle, and he was late. He was like, he was super late on them. Like, dude, this is your wheelhouse. You would have matched this last year.
now this makes me wonder if these new, and we're talking about the new rules. You guys are checking out Chicago Baseball Central on Chicago Baseball Central YouTube, so on and so forth. We're talking about the Cubs and the White Sox, but right now, with the new rules, pitches are coming. Pitches are coming in quicker. Players are kind of late. I expect there to be an adjustment, but it's going to take a little while for players to adjust. And it makes you wonder, Pac-Man, if they practice with the pitch clock and things like that. Like if they give it more when they're practicing, if they're doing more in-game type simulation circumstances, or if they're still treating it like regular baseball.
No, of course they've been doing the pitch clock since February when they have live batting practice or they doing live simulation games. They do it with a pitch clock, and the pitcher got to find that rhythm to throw the batter. So they've been doing this since February, since the start of spring training. But you trying to unlearn what you learned probably like since you was like
Yep.
6.
Well, not since you were 6, because I don't think they have. Oh, it was a couple of things that they didn't have in the minors, but you're right about the pitch clock. But they didn't have a shift in the minors, so they have to adjust to that. And now they've changed the whole shift rules and things like that too. I'm excited. I think the games today were about what 2 hours and 40 minutes type situations. That's
Yes.
dope. Like
Yeah.
you typically with baseball, you're expecting 3 hours plus. Like you settle in and basically get ready to take a nap.
Yeah. And much to the contrary of how baseball play, it's not much of a difference. They already clocked it as saving like 32 minutes, but 32 minutes is a lot, but it's 32 minutes of time they really saving.
No,
So
yeah, that's good. That 32 minutes that they saving is great.
it's
I
good.
love it.
But historically, over time, like games was like probably averaging about 305. 310 at the most, unless you're getting those high offensive games that's going to 4 hours. I get the run on second to kind of like push the game into to end early. I get that, but now it is cutting down a lot of the time. One thing I would have kept in is the pitch over. I don't get how pitching over the first base is gonna slow the game down, but it is what it is. But it's taking a while. A lot of advantage from the pitches doing the pace because you're gonna throughout the season you got to look at these pitches that gather themselves during in between pitches, just like batters who take their time to adjust and get ready for those pitches.
Well, it's about to go down. All right, man. We're gonna call it one, man. It was a great day for Chicago baseball fans in general. We got to see Northsiders and Southsiders take care of business. Cubs are all tomorrow. White Sox have to take on Houston again tomorrow night.
3 more games.
Yes, it's gonna be a nice 4-game series to start the season for the White Sox, and hopefully they can go ahead and knock this win out tomorrow and at least secure the split with these guys. But I don't anticipate that they bat's going to be as quiet tomorrow as they were tonight. But it was good to see Jose Abreu. I know he was kind of nervous. He probably had some nervous energy playing against his former squad. But it was good to see him out there, man. Shout out to Jose Abreu and shout out to Houston. Anything else you want to say before we zip up out of here?
Hey, baseball finna be exciting. You finna see a lot of strikeouts, a lot of home runs, a lot of high scoring games. It's just gonna be lit this season. And also, it is going to be the Showtime show this year because this guy finna play out his mind over at the Angels, and also he's going to be traded in July. So I mean, he's going to be a Cub. I'm calling it right now. He's going to be a Cub.
All right, that'd be dope. That'd be dope. All right, y'all. We'll see y'all next time. Peace.
Yeah.